Hey guys, welcome back, and as promised in this tutorial we're going to be going over another one of these words up here, and this one's going to be focused on the static one. So what static is when you want to make a static method. It's a method that can be used without making an object of the class that method belongs in. So that might sound complicated right now, but hopefully at the end of this it won't. So as an example, like here's a non-static method. Here's the one we made last time with the message that just prints out the number you entered was. So this is a non-static method. So to use it, we had to go over here and make an object of our class. See, whatever you guys made this, you had to make an object of it to call this method, because when you call a method, it's always, well, it's usually an object dot the method. So if this method was static, we wouldn't have to do that step. We could just write tutorial2 dot message, like so you wouldn't have to make an object. An example of static methods that you guys have used in the past is all the methods in the math class, because whenever you used a math method, it was just math dot, whatever method you were using. So this, like, the math class is an example of a class that has static methods, where instead of using an object to call the method, you're using the class name to call the method. So not all methods can be static, though. The only time that you really want a method to be static is when it doesn't rely on the state of the object. Like if this class here up here had a bunch of like attributes about like how many like variables that were just I don't know, like if this was like a class to describe a person, it'd probably have like their age or their height, like. And then when you make an object for this class, each independent object would have its own age, height, and eye color, whatever. But if this method doesn't rely on how old the person is or something, you can make it static. So like this method here, you can make static. The message method, you could have made it a static method, and then here you could not make them. You can delete these two lines and write whatever you named it dot message, and then just put num. Put the number there just like it was before. And if you run this, enter num, so 24. The number you entered was 24. So like this method works the same way whether it's static or non-static. Now, like I said, if the class was a little bit more complicated where it had a bunch of attributes in it, sometimes static methods aren't the best because it relies on object state. So if your method that you're making doesn't rely on object state, then you can get away with making it static. Like a good example that I've used static methods before in the past is if you're just like sorting through information. Like I guess like when I was a couple months ago when I was in my programming class, I just made a simple method that would sort through two arrays to match up the things based on like whatever the user enters. So like a sorting method like that, like you can get away with making static and such. So that's static versus non-static. It's really just saying that if this method can be used like on its own and it doesn't rely on the other state of the class, then you don't have to make an object to use it. You can just call tutorial2 dot message. So I hope you guys understand that, and thanks for watching. Next time we'll go over what this void is, and we'll finish up the words. So see you next time.